Hey everybody, what's up? And today I'm here with a review of the 2018 Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Whomping Willow. In this video, I'm going to show you everything I like about the set, along with everything I don't like about the set, and we're going to do it all starting with a close look at the minifigures. So starting off our look at the minifigures, we have Harry Potter on the left and Ron Weasley on the right. And both these figures are in their casual outfits as shown in Chamber of Secrets. And I think they both look really good. I'm actually starting to get used to their short legs, and I think it works out really well. And both their alternate faces are really good because they look scared, and I really like it. Next up we have Hermione Granger and Seamus Finnegan. And both these characters are in their Hogwarts Gryffindor robes, and you can tell that based on their ties. And I think they look really good. I mean, they're pretty much the same character besides the face and hair, but they're good. They fit into the set really well, you know, just as students. Most of all, I like that Hermione actually is included in the set, because that way a kid who's on a limited budget can get Harry, Ron, and Hermione all in one set with Hogwarts. I think that's really good. And the alternate faces with these ones look pretty good. And rounding off the minifigures, we have Severus Snape and Filch. And I think Snape looks fantastic. Everything from his hair to his facial expressions, even his torso. He just looks really good. He really looks like Alan Rickman, which I like. As for Filch, I like that he includes the new lantern piece, and he's not a bad looking character. His torso and legs printings are phenomenal, and you'll even notice that his hair is printed on the top. I'm not too thrilled with the length of the hair though. I feel like it should be longer. I think the older one might have been a little better hair wise, but taking a look at alternate faces on these guys, both look pretty good. Filch's, I don't know if I really see it as the character in the movie, but Snape's definitely looks fantastic. This right here is the Weasley's flying car, and I think this is done pretty well in this set actually. I think it looks pretty good. First off, I mean, you can just drive it around, which is really good. And I mean, if you want, yeah, you could fly this thing. I mean, it works. Works pretty good. Looking inside, you can see that I have both Harry and Ron set up in there. And that's pretty nice. That's one of the benefits of the short legs on these guys. You'll see that there are opening doors in there, and you can see they're just standing in there. They are all set by a stud, but I mean, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. Looking at the actual details of the car, it uses, I believe, the 8mm wheels to really good effect actually, and the build of this goes together rather nicely. Looking at the back, there's a license plate, and the trunk opens up, and it reveals that there are a couple of suitcases in here, one for Harry and one for Ron, and I think that is really good. Then just continuing our look around, I mean, there's really not that much to see. It's pretty symmetrical. The roof comes off just like so you can get them in and out. And there is a steering wheel inside of there. It's kind of hard to see though because of Harry and Ron in there. But do note that the steering wheel isn't like to a side. But I mean, that's pretty much a nitpick. But it's good because that allows you to also be able to sit a figure in there. So definitely there's enough room in here for figures. I mean, the roof assembly is the most basic thing. But yeah, I think this is really good. Everything about this just looks nice. It looks complete, and yeah, I really like it. So the idea is that Harry and Ron are flying down and they land into this Whomping Willow. So let's just start by taking a look at the Whomping Willow. This is a pretty nice build. It looks good. We're just going to start and take a closer look. It uses stickers here on the wood, and then I mean, it's pretty straightforward, the build of this thing. Coming up top, there is these branch elements, and each of these can move on their own, which gives a good amount of movement, and this whole top actually spins around. I'll show you the action feature in just a moment. There's one thing with these branches that's a problem, because you see that the green right here for the plant, there's also supposed to be some of these in there, and they're supposed to just be stuck into the branches just like that. I mean, it's a legal connection, it works. The problem is that once you start spinning this thing around and actually posing it, these fall off very easily. I mean, that fell off just like that. I just tried to pose these around when I first built the set, and I really couldn't. I mean, these just kept falling off. So my suggestion is just don't have them on there. because the Whomping Willow really does look good without them. It doesn't need those. So I mean, that's definitely a good thing. And I mean, just check this out. You open these up and you can literally take the car in here, and pretty much any way you want, you're gonna get it to just stay in there just like that. Check that out. That's pretty good. That looks amazing actually. And then right down here on the bottom, they have a knob, and the idea is that you're supposed to turn this and it moves the car. I really like that actually. I think it's a great action feature. It works. It looks so good. Just the car in here as a whole looks good. And yeah, that really looks good to me. It fits in too, which is a good thing. It's not like having arrows on it. It just fits in, but you can kind of see what it's supposed to do. That works really nicely. Coming along the detail here, although this build is pretty symmetrical on the base, it doesn't feel like it, which is good. And then one last thing down here, this is supposed to be the entrance to the Shrieking Shack. So the idea is that you can have a minifigure actually fit through there if they didn't have their wand in their hand. And this is actually hollow, so if you wanted, you could actually make, you know, them go in and have it lead to somewhere. So it's really great, just a pretty good thing all along. There are just that one piece that doesn't stay in, but other than that, I can't complain because this thing really is well done. And that leads us to Hogwarts, which in my opinion is the main point of the set, the main focus. First off, just to get like a bit of an idea of like shaping, we've got a small tower here, and then we have a two-story tower with, you know, a top on it. Then we have this archway, and then we have another small tower, and you'll see the interiors in just a moment. But I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing looks great. This thing really is great. I mean, this honestly is a great Hogwarts build, but there's some things that don't stand out to me. First off, one thing is that you can bring the car through here, just like that, and that's really good, although I was kind of hoping that this would be a taller archway, because that way you could fit the Hogwarts Express under it. I think that would look really good. You can't, but you know, that's really not that big of a deal. One thing that is a big deal for me though is these stickers. They're really, really well done. The other Hogwarts, and I mentioned this and that I didn't like it, is that it only used partial stickers and you could see the difference in the tans. This one all throughout doesn't do that, and I mean, even in like corners that you really don't even see, it has stickers, so that's really well done. All the stickers look good. There's also a good amount of texturing. I mean, you've got these textured bricks here, you've got the plants, and yeah, just overall really does look good. Looking at the tower on the top, it's very rounded and has a nice point at the top. It is sand green, which I think is a little strange, but I can't complain. But that's really it for the exterior. Let's take a look at the interior now. So starting down at the far right hand of the castle, this is supposed to be part of the potions classroom. And you see that there's a table here, there's a candle, there's a cauldron, and it has an old minifig wand piece in there, which I think is a nice little throwback. And look at the walls back there, because that's so nice. I mean, not only is it like greatly built up, it has stickers in there, which is really nice. On the top of each of these, there's just a walkway, and it's really a very basic thing. But there's enough room to hold a minifig, and I think that looks pretty good. The next room down is another potions room. So I mean, technically they're all just connected, and I think that's fine. It looks good. And again, there's a nice big painting in the background there. It's even a little kind of hard to see there, but I mean, that's really good. That really is a good thing. Like that a lot. Down here we have the little mailbox or whatever it is that can be opened up, and inside of there you'll see that there is a frog in there, and that is Neville's toad, I believe. So Trevor, that's pretty cool. I like that actually. That's a really good thing. Behind the actual archway there isn't that much to see, but again, there's space up here. This is pretty open. I was kind of hoping they'd put something, even like a candle in there. That would have really helped. But then we come down here, and this is Snape's office. And this room is fantastic. There's so much detail in there. First off, if we look at his desk, you'll see that he has a feather for writing. He also has a lamp on there, and I'm gonna have to remove the actual table to let you see the prints that are on there. Super nice. We have the Daily Prophet with the boy who lived. Then we also have the spell for Wingardium Leviosa. Really like that. That is great. In the back, there's more potions, and again, more pictures. The pictures really are nice. I can't express that enough. More lanterns again, and then there's also a barrel down here with a couple of axes and hammers. Not sure what Snape would need those for, but still good to have. The second story of this castle, although it's mainly just walkways, there is one room, and this is supposed to represent the Gryffindor Tower, and honestly, I'm kind of disappointed by this room, because we've gotten so many common rooms in the past, and yeah, this is the only one we've gotten for 2018, but it's just so basic, you know, we just have 2 beds in there. It is nice that they can lay on there, and then a pretty nice sticker, but this just feels like too small of a place, and it just feels incomplete to me, you know, it feels like Lego designers, and this is even in the 2012 castles, they just throw beds in a room and call it a common room. I disagree with that. Up here's another room that I'm not terribly thrilled with, but I'm not disappointed with either. This is supposed to be the owlry. So you've got Hedwig there, they have a quill, which is really nice, and a 1x2 tile, which is supposed to represent a letter. But that's really it. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's not really stand out like the rooms downstairs. I feel like the potions rooms down here are just so good, they're so highly detailed. Then when you move up to these rooms, it's kind of like they just threw parts in there to make it look complete. So yeah, definitely not too thrilled with those rooms, but overall the interior is pretty nice. And there you have it. That is my review of the Whomping Willow. Overall, I'm happy with this set. I do really like this set. I think it's a great set, especially for kids. You know, if you're a kid, this could be the only set you can really afford and still get Hogwarts. I think that's great. I think the stickers are much better with this one. But again, there's also things I dislike. You know, the leaves on the Whomping Willow really doesn't work well much. And I mean, the interior of the topper parts of this tower, really not that thrilled with, and definitely a little disappointed with the size of the arch. But that's just a personal complaint. But overall, yeah, I'm very happy with this set, and I definitely would recommend it for kids 100%, and if you're an adult fan of Lego, definitely get it as well, because you need it to complete your Hogwarts collection. That's all for this video, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in my next video.